buddy Romulo comes and then he does the training with the group, and he says after, he's like, okay, he said, I want to train. He said, but when we train, just you and me. He said, because they train hard, but they don't train hard like I train hard. That was true. That was pretty true.
Yep. It's true. And they distract me.
When I think about the training that you guys did back then, I don't know how we could survive. Because you were all training Jiu-Jitsu like 10, 12 times a week, probably. Because even like when I was training for Worlds, and I'm doing Jiu-Jitsu 6 times a week and lifting, and everything's hurting all the time. You know? And I was thinking like, man, because I think we used to do too much.
Yeah, that was a lot, but I love it.
Yeah.
I felt good. You know, I spoke people like nothing. It was like a difference. I think it was like the fundament. They have something behind, you know?
Yeah.
You have goals to reach on the workout. So just go in the gym and work out, it gets boring and doesn't do much, you know?
Yeah. And I think like the big change that I've made for the training you guys do now compared to back then, and besides that everyone's 8, 9 years older, but even still is we used to do a lot of conditioning in the gym. And now it's like, I realize just let Jiu-Jitsu be the conditioning. The tempo stuff helps recovery, a little bit of aerobic, but this is for getting strong. Out there is for, sport practice and conditioning.
I definitely, like I told you, I enjoy a lot. Now, there's no reason for me to be burning myself out on Jiu-Jitsu training. So I train one Jiu-Jitsu, one juggling out workout a day. Feeling amazing.
Yeah.
My training partner doesn't like so much.
Alright, so I want you to squeeze this between your elbows and knees. Alright, and dead bug, opposite arm, opposite leg.
Like this?
Just one, so yeah.
Oh, this one, the dead bug, they do it?
Well, this is one way to do it.
Oh.
Yeah. So pull up. So go this arm, this leg, out. Yeah, there you go. And squeeze with the other side. Good. Keeping your low back tight against the floor. Good. Abs are flexed hard. How's Julian doing?
Good.
I gotta have him out here to make some more videos.
You guys so tough.
He had some injury recently, ankle or
knee.
Now go into bear crawl position. All right, now touch the shoulder. Yeah. I want you to imagine like you got a glass of water balanced on your back. All right, so your hips don't move, only your hands move. Your right leg straight out to the side. All right, now I want you to, keeping your feet where you are, kind of walk your hands forward, so your hips come forward, yeah. And then walk back to like sit on your heel, yeah. You feel that like in your adductor?
Yep.
All right.
Julian's so tough, man.
Julian? Yeah.
I think I was gonna explode his head on Wednesday, seriously. I'm like, how did you not tap on this?
How's Sam doing?
Good.
I see him training with like Bradley Martin and stuff.
Yeah, sometimes they do some YouTube stuff.
Yeah. So stay on hands and knees. Now I want you to take your right hand and reach to here. Yeah, under and then up towards the ceiling. Yeah. Nice and smooth. Big legs for a jiu-jitsu guy. I feel like a lot of the guys got real skinny legs.
They lacked on their leg strength. It's one of the must for jiu-jitsu. Leg strength and leg conditioning.
But it's like a much different kind of strength than like the powerlifting like
Oh,
strength.
yeah.
Because like for me, trying to play open guard with these big legs, I can't move them fast up in the air, and it takes a lot of energy to hold them. Like any kind of open guard, it's so easy for someone to just push my legs down because they're so heavy.
But I think Honestly, they push your leg not because of the legs on us.
Yeah.
Probably because of the hips.
Yeah, hips and abs.
Yeah.
The hip is a little muscle that's got to hold up this whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's a big deal.
Yeah. Because they get someone like, Connor Donaldson.
Who?
Connor Donaldson.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Like, he's got skinny legs, but like when his feet get on my hips, I'm like, man, his legs feel strong. But like lifting, he probably can't even squat, 200 pounds or something. But they feel strong. All right, so we're gonna go with them crossed down to the hip 10 times. Then middle 10 times. Then up.
The last one is not gonna happen.
Let's see, just do what you can. What was the shoulder injury?
The shoulder was fine. It was a labor, but they when they did the surgery, the doctor used a hip like to keep my shoulder over because she said I have too much muscle. So they stretched my nerve, almost ripped the nerve, the brachial nerve.
During the surgery?
Yeah, so I lost the movement on my shoulder for like 2 years. It's almost I never came back,
Is that like a malpractice lawsuit or anything?
Not in Brazil.
Not in Brazil, yeah.
If I was here, I'd be rich.
And then knee surgeries, how many of those?
One? Just 2 surgeries.
Okay. What about ear surgeries?
Huh?
I said, what about ear surgery?
No.
You look like you're about ready for that.
No. That's gonna be forever.
Didn't Rafa have to have surgery?
Yeah, but he's like, I think he was affecting his ear.
His hearing?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know how any sound is getting in this one.
Look, this one here.
Yeah, don't worry about that one.
I wish I had come here on Monday for deadlifts.
Well, I was here. So, like Romulo was saying, he's got the shoulder problems with the nerve damage in there. A lot of jiu-jitsu guys, lots of shoulder problems. I mean, they're spending all day for years, trying to try to dislocate each other's shoulders. So, shoulder problems, elbow problems, wrist, a lot of difficulties in the bench press. So, making a modification to the bench press, if you have access to a bar like this with neutral grips, is going to be good. If you have to shorten the range of motion with like a pad or a board on the chest, that's good. If you can't do, bench pressing with a barbell and you need to only use dumbbells, like that's fine. It's just all about getting some kind of pressing exercise so we can train that movement pattern. But being the best bench presser doesn't make you the best at jiu-jitsu. So we just want to train those muscles, but the specific movement isn't a huge deal. How old were you when you started training jiu-jitsu?
When I started to really train for real, like I want to do this, 14 years old.
14 years old. So when you're, when we get before Worlds and the kids start showing up from Brazil and they're green belt or the 16-year-old blue belts, but I'm looking at them and I was like, you guys aren't blue belts. Like, how much were you training when you were 14? Like, how many hours a day?
Man, honestly, when I decide to do that, I train all day.
Yeah.
I didn't even count, I just stay in the gym. Sometimes my professor had to kick me out.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you have to leave. You're gonna pass out, you're gonna die here. So much training, But when I decide to do that, a lot of doubts of people what they're gonna accomplish, but I have to prove them wrong, So I have to do my best. So yeah.
If you had to guess at the hours though, like 6 hours a day, 7 hours a day?
Easy.
Yeah.
I stay on the gym 8 a.m. And then I stay until 9 p.m. 9 p.m. I used to go to another gym, wait 1 hour and teach one class, 10 o'clock to 11. And then I will get back home at 1 p.m., 1 a.m. and then next day, same thing again. So I just I live in the gym.
Alright, let's do 5 here. What about, that doesn't sound like a lot of time for school in there, only jiu-jitsu school?
Yeah, I quit school.
Yeah.
I quit school, yes. Well, I begin to study for a little bit when I moved to Belo Horizonte. For the first 6 months, I went to school, but then after, I'm like, this is not gonna take me nowhere because I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like school. I don't like, it's crazy that now I'm old, I like it, But by the time, not really, So I believe that, you know, like you don't need to follow anybody's, like everyone's path, you know. You can actually feel a path and then give your best.
So when you're quitting school at 14 to train jiu-jitsu all day, do people in Belo Horizonte, they were probably thinking, oh, this guy is crazy. Like, do they know what you do now and they live in America and own schools and everyone knows?
Yeah, no, definitely. You know, like because especially I come from a family. My mom, she's a school teacher. My sisters,
Yeah, she had to be really mad about it.
Yeah, all my sisters, they you know, like master degrees, they lawyers, police officers. You know what I mean? So like they always focus on study, and then I was like pretty much like the only one that he didn't want to follow. You know?
Yeah.
She didn't understand at first. You know, it took me a long time to went back home. I left my house as a teenager, come back as a grown man.
Yeah.
Because I want to come back different, you know. I don't want to like just show up like the way that I left. But eventually they understand and then they support me.
Nice.
Took maybe like 3 years.
Have you always been doing the bench with the feet up?
I do feet up. Sometimes I'm like I bridge a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
But whatever you think is best.
So I usually have the guys get a little, whether it's feet on the, most of them go feet on the floor, but
Like a bridge up a little bit.
yeah, and get that little bit of hip drive.
Okay.
And like, you know, bodybuilding people, like maybe they're gonna watch this video, this guy's got bad bench technique or whatever, but it's like, you guys aren't bench pressing to have nice looking pecs and that kind of thing. You're bench pressing to be able to create space, and like that bump and press,
Exactly.
like that timing and the whole body action is really important for that.
Oh, we're doing kilos today, huh?
I got all kilos here, pounds,
Okay.
pounds over there.
Now I'm confused. I haven't done kilos in a while.
Well,
I should know kilos, right? Because in Brazil that's how we do it. But hey, I'm American now. I live here for 13 years already.
and we quit school, so.
Exactly. I hope my daughters don't watch this video.
Yeah. Well, so the plan today, we're gonna go as heavy as you can for 5 reps.
Okay.
But I don't wanna do like unnecessary reps while we're warming up. Because you said last time you did 45 and 25.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna do smaller warm-up sets till we get to about that range.
Okay.
And then we'll try and do, you know, maybe like 45, 25, and 5
Okay.
for 5 reps kind of thing.
Okay.
That's
I
all.
usually only have videos when I train jiu-jitsu. Not when I'm working out.
I feel like Naaman, he only trains hard when I put the video on.
Really?
But
I only go one way. I only have one speed. 100%.
Maybe I'll do 4 sets, no video. 5th set video turns on. Yeah.
I'm so used to videos, you know, like that's.
Let's do 2 or 3 reps here. How's that weight feeling?
That feels good.
How many do you think you could have done with that?
I could do 10.
10? Okay.
Well, I used to bench press a lot. I think that's why I have this injury on my shoulder.
Yeah.
When I was like too young, I was like crazy, you know, no technique, nothing, just pushing weights, you know. So I think that's why one of the reasons I have this injury on my shoulder, you know. So
when you're using the hip bridge too, like think about when you touch for your hips to be down, and then like as soon as you start to press, so it'll be like
okay,
a quick.
like I let it come and then
Yeah.
bridge together.
Yeah, like same kind of thing. I mean, you have good ways to escape side control, but you know, I just bench press the person off of me. But like the same idea where it's like a little bump, and then
Yep. Oh, but actually that's the technique.
Yeah.
You know, like because when you bump, you know, like basically like for example, you don't push.
yeah,
Why you bump? Because when you bump, the pressure is gonna push back, right?
yeah.
Then you have like for example on the hook, they're gonna be behind.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's actually perfect.
I just throw them like
You
that.
just like
Yeah.
get out of here, like you usually throw the things, huh?
That's what I call the Coach Chad side control escape. All right, let's go 5 reps here. How old were you when you moved to the US?
25? 25, yeah.
So at the color belts, how did you do at Worlds and all that stuff?
Blue belt I didn't do much very good, you know. Like for people maybe they'll be good, but I didn't win. So I got third place, second place in all the events. Second place was
third place too.
second place Brazilian Nationals, like third place Wolves, third place Pan Ams. I hate it because I trained so hard, and then a couple of my friends, they didn't train as much as I did. They won, and then I didn't, you know. I was like, I'm doing something wrong. But I believe on the hard work, you know. And then as a purple belt, I began to actually win, and then it took me like in a world championship fight, I went to purple in a world championship in my weight class, not open weight, so people don't get confused. Purple belt until my 4th year black belt, I didn't lose one match.
Oh wow!
So purple belt, brown belt 2 years, black belt first year, black belt second year, black belt third year. I lost the first one, the final, I take a 4th year black belt in my weight class.
How old were you when you got your black belt?
22, 21, something like that.
So you're fourth degree now?
Now I'm 4th degree, yeah.
How many years before 5th?
I think 2 years, 2 more years or 3 more years, something like that. I don't even know.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't know.
I don't know. True. I think so. 3 years or 2 or something like that. I'm confused. Sorry, I don't know much about the belt system.
Every couple of years they keep giving me another stripe.
I don't know if it's 5 years or 3 years. You know, like now you're making me. I don't know. Oh, sorry, Carlos.
I think the first 3 stripes are 3 years each. First 3 degrees, 3 years each, and then it's 5 years, 5 years.
See, you know more than me.
Well, they got the poster on the wall. Sometimes I'm doing the warm-ups and looking at it, you know?
Well, I just know that I'm gonna be coral belt when I'm 51. So that's what I'm looking, you know? Like, so I get 51, I'm 38. That's like 13 more years. Let's go, coral belt. I'm waiting to smash all the young fools. That's why I'm training with Chad. So I get my coral belt and then I still smash the young guns.
This is 95 kilos, so like 209.
95 kilos? Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Like people ask me like, why you work out with the pants and the sweater? I'm like, cause I'm freezing my balls. It's like so cold. I woke up in the morning, you know, in my house. Oh my god.
That's why it's not cold like in these other places, but for California it's cold. What's Belo Horizonte like?
It gets chill, you know, like my city, I'm not from Belo Horizonte, you know. But I live in Belo Horizonte for training. I'm from like a Diamantina, it's on the mountains, you know.
Okay.
So it's pretty cold, you know, like when the winter gets pretty cold. Probably, to be honest with you, as cold as here probably.
Yeah.
You know, like on the winter. You know, like it gets chill. And it gets really hot too.
Alright, so we're gonna do 3 sets of 4. And then in between each set, push-ups on the box where you jump up.
I think this one is a little too high for me.
Too high?
Yeah. Maybe. I will try.
I mean, I make it look easy, you know?
You, Chad, hanging out, you know? I'm just like a normal mortal. When it comes weight, you know?
Sure.
Just like coming in Jiu-Jitsu is a little different, you know? He passed my guard once, you know?
That's right, on camera.
He was not even trained. That's bad, you know?
And we've never trained since then. I've never trained with him since then. 2-0. 3-0. And that's why we've never trained it again, because I know you've just been been building that up.
I was scared. You visit me and then I re-roll it you. I'm like, I don't want to go with Chad, you know. This guy's passed my goal. He was not even a trained jiu-jitsu. Imagine now. So I go there now.
Yep. When you start at the top here, and it's not like hands on the ground, so it's not a slow push up down and then go. It's quick. There you go. Good.
How many?
Just 3. Perfect. Good. Just think on the next set, try and land with soft hands.
Okay.
Yeah. So same way that when you're doing box jumps, I want you to land soft feet, like a ninja, like a cat, like a ninja cat. I guess your story in Brazil is sort of how I imagine you guys, a lot of you guys growing up. And I remember asking Barral about it, like, oh, how much do you train? He's like, oh, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. kind of thing. And then he said he, dropped out of school before his senior year, so he could just train jiu-jitsu all the time. Because I knew that, I was like, these guys train all the time. Like, did they ever go to school? Or is school in Brazil, you just do jiu-jitsu all day?
Yeah, no, I didn't know Furão, he stopped school too.
Yeah.
I didn't know,
I think he took like his GED, kind of like a test to...
Yeah, I did that too, like obviously my mom made me do that, she's like, okay, you don't want to go to school, but you need to study and do the test and then finish, finish finish and then you'll be ready to go to college someday, like you decide to do it, know. So I finished it, then but I just did a couple tests and then I finished, But I honestly don't even remember how school looks like. I don't miss it. Yeah, because, in 2005 or 4, I'm not sure, 5, I think, I spent 6 months in America, before that I spoke no English, and I was in Santa Fe, New Mexico, there's no Brazilians, so, and then I hang out with one of my friends, his name is Tim, and then, I learned, a lot. I went back to Brazil, forgot a little bit. 2006 I did the same thing. I went back to Santa Fe, New Mexico, and then I spent some time there. 2007 I came to California. After the wars I spent some time here, and then 2008 I lived in England for 1 year.
In England?
Yeah.
You're training with Roger?
I trained Roger and then Braulio, but I went there to do the treatment on the shoulder.
Okay.
So then I live with Braulio, and then me, Roger, and Braulio, we get together 3 times a week in training.
Yeah.
Was one of the most one of the best experience of my life as far as training, because I had the chance to train with the 2 best of all the time every day, so it was really good.
So you call him Roger with an R sound?
I just because I'm kind of like American, it's Roger.
Well, but I've heard some other people call him Roger too. Does he have people call him that in England because they don't know?
Yeah, probably, probably they have, because even it takes some time for the person to actually met the person like me, right? Yeah. So all my old students, they call me Romulo, they already know because I taught them Romulo. You know what I mean? But somebody come new and then they see my name, like a Romulo on the wall, they call me Romulo.
Yeah, I think I used to always call you that. And the way that everyone would pronounce it, it was Jigo or whoever, and these names all start with R. But I just didn't know that sound. So what are they saying? But now I hear it so much that it's
It's not right.
I learned a lot of Portuguese words. I can't say any of them on the camera, but
see, he has bad teachers. You have to at least know a little bit because you have all these crazy Brazilians here working all my ways.
Yeah.
I saw the guys yesterday here.
Yeah.
They look pretty jacked.
Yeah.
What this guy's doing? Furão is jacked because he's
Furão never misses training.
Never miss a training. Never do a cheat meal.
Yeah. Has been back training for maybe 7 months. Never missed one workout. They even when there were all the fires, they had to evacuate his house. he comes here one day, Fernanda and the kids in the car, and he comes to work out, and he's like, I have 1 hour. The kids will wake up in 1 hour, and no joke, at 1 hour, like on the dot, Fernanda's like waving out the window, like, hey, they're awake now.
That's good.
Yeah.
Alfuro he's very disciplined.
Very.
You know, like I like it. I like Furon style.
The when you were training at your hardest, you know, peak, what, 2007, 8, 9, 10, that kind of range, how much every week were you training?
Whew. Oh man, a lot. Like I would say, you know, like 3 sessions a day, Monday to Friday. That's 15, 2 sessions Saturday, 17 sessions a week. You know, like a combine strength conditioning.
Yeah. So like,
and then jiu-jitsu.
Like 12 jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu. Yes, 12 jiu-jitsu.
5 strength conditioning.
And then yeah, like I think I was to do like 4 conditionings in 1 run.
Mm-hmm.
One day I run. You know, I do like a day condition with you. One day was power lift. One day was conditioning, and then there was twice a week. No, 4 times a week actually, right?
I think you used to train with me either 2 or 3.
3 times. 3 times. 1 condition, 2 workouts, like a weight.
Yeah. And then 1 or 2 on your own.
Yeah, and then I used to run a lot.
Yeah.
You know, like I think I run twice. One like a 30 minutes run, and then 1 sprint. You know, so that was my routine. You know, like, and then I remember like in 2012 I did my first camp in my gym. They came like I think like maybe like, I'm not kidding, like 15 guys from Brazil.
Yeah, yeah.
Like 14 of them quit jiu-jitsu. They hated jiu-jitsu. Like I have to do like this guy does to be the best. I don't wanna.
Yeah.
I don't wanna. I swear. Like some people they got depressed. Some people they got sick. Some people they got hurt. And then like one day my wife told me, "You crazy?" You know, like they, you know, like I'm not crazy. They do whatever they want to do it. They try to hang. That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm used to. It's like I tell you like people ask me a question. What's your motivation? There's no motivation. I just train more than all my students still. At almost 40 years old, not a competitor no more. You know, like the reason, I don't know. You know, I think I'm just used to. You know, like I cannot say that I have like any of like the guys that I train that's more professional than I am right now. Like I mean, right now, not even.
I can attest to that from the times that I visited up there.
So I quit competition. I don't coach competition no more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I stopped. Yeah, because you know it's pointless for me nowadays. You know, I just like to go on training, and then you know, like it drains a lot of my energy to see people not want to be the best, but they're not professionals. You know, so the amateurs, the hobbyists.
This set as many as you can.
That one not so good.
I know, a lot of ones. Of all the ones I know, that's still one of the better ones. Bora bicho.
Bora bichão.
Empurre caralho. And bunda grande. Those are the first 3 Portuguese things that I knew how to say.
Bunda grande.
That's just important stuff, you know?
Yeah. Bunda grande is important.
So like the stuff you're saying there about being a professional and you know, even now you train more than everyone else, I feel like that's what this is.
I think people's like, I see like after I did Everyday Porrada, I see a lot of people like doing like like a clothing, something like that, and then people ask me like, how did you do? I didn't do nothing, I just live this. And people know, people feel, and then that's why like the people they represent, and then they feel that they actually are Everyday Porrada. And sometimes they are not Everyday Porrada, but just when they get motivated, you know? Yeah. So I think that's why this works so well, you know?
Every other day Porrada?
I tried that actually, to be Everyday Porrada, but I just can't, you know? Like some days I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take some time off, but you know, like, I still have too much energy, you know?
Yeah.
Like if I actually don't drain myself like a train and work out at least once a day,
yeah.
you know, like it messes in my head.
Yeah. Well, for the people who don't know, what does Everyday Porrada mean?
Well, everyday porrada means like that's two words combined in Portuguese. In English, you know, like every day, everybody know. Porrada in Portuguese mean like a brawling. But, you know, like I told many people, one day I'm gonna change the word. I'm gonna go to Fantástico in Brazil, like the TV show on Sunday. And I'm like, oh, I'm the guy that changed the porrada word for a good word. Because a lot of people in the beginning, they thought that I was like supporting, fighting, stuff like that. But like we use the word porrada a lot for everything. Like, for example, you know, like you have to like do like, for example, conference call in the morning, then you have to teach like some clients here, and then you have to work on your app, you have to go and then work on all this stuff, you know, like today my day is gonna be porrada. You know what I mean? Like today, grinding, exactly. Or like, man, you go someone on train that is really tough training, man, this train that is gonna be porrada. Yeah. So it means a lot of things. Even like our mom is everyday porrada. Actually, our moms is the most everyday porrada because they do everything for free. They don't even get paid for. And then that's why I think people really relate with that. In Brazil, it's very big because a lot of people, they need to be everyday porrada to at least survive in Brazil. Yeah. And then it's something that basically people feel good to wear. You know, like as a brand develop, I realized that people has to wear something that means something, you know? You don't just buy a clothes. Like this, you buy, you support a cause. Like, you know, like sometimes you down, but like you put a shirt, you look it up and they say like, let's go, you know? And then, man, I get tons of messages every single day of people, you know, like telling me how Everyday Porrada help them like overcome sickness, overcome like having no job, overcome losing weight, you know, like overcome like building a company. You know, like in Brazil they have like a soccer player, singers, they have like businessmen, you know, like everybody that like the mindset, you know. So I believe they also say on the back, I don't know if I'm like, this one is the quote one.
Yeah, it is.
And then that's like actually the mission state of Everyday Porrada, you know.
Well, I like these ones because there's something about the blanks of these shirts, of these ones, that I didn't want to match with you, otherwise I would have worn it too. Because it's something like makes my shoulders look real big in that shirt, so I like them just because of that.
So that's why I'm wearing the one today.
Otherwise I would have worn the same one, but I was like, oh, we can't match it. So we'll get the other one on.
This one is good too.
Yeah. When you're talking about that you don't teach the competition class anymore, that's something I see even when I started coaching football or track or something, that when you've competed at a high level and you hold yourself to this certain standard, it's so frustrating if other people don't do the same thing. You know, it's and I think it's a hard thing for a lot of people who have been very successful athletes to coach so well too. I mean, the guys that you've coached, I mean, Felipe Pena, Gabriel, Edwin, you know, all these world champion kind of guys. So like, I mean, you're probably one of the most like decorated coaches, but yeah, that frustration when it's like, why do I still care more than you do?
Exactly. When I was doing, it was important for me.
Yeah.
Compete. I was leading by the example, right? So I was training, so they have to fall, right? Mm-hmm. I tell them a simple math, like still nowadays they want to smash me, right? All of them, you know, like we talk smack with each other, and then I always told them when I was growing up, and there was somebody much better than me, and then I look on the simple math. Well, if this guy is so ahead of me, we're gonna race here on the street, and then you go like 200 yards in the front of me and gonna sprint 300 yards. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna catch you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So how can I catch up with someone that is so much ahead of me? Well, in Jiu-Jitsu, I have to train 3 times more than they train. Yeah. So I look at the guy, this guy smashed me. I want to smash him next year. Well, I won't, because I'm going the same amount of him, so I change. I train 3 times more the person, and then I see the results. Nobody told me to do that. Yeah. I just like it's just common sense, you know. So nowadays, you know, like people like, I do my videos like, well, but you don't get smashed. I'm like, yes, sometimes. Like, actually, sometimes. You know what I mean? It shouldn't. Those guys, they should play with me. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, Gabriel, Edwin, Philippe, Benny, those guys, they all build already.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the new guys, they coming.
Yeah.
They did what's supposed to be done, you know? They're not like the examples, you know, but like the other guys, they coming, you know, like they need, I think they need new blood, you know? That's why I told Gabriel and Edwin, you guys should take it over, and then they look up to you guys, you know, because for me, you know, it's like you said, you know, I'm frustrated.
Yeah. Keep your hips a little flatter on these. Keep your hips a little lower on these, yeah.
It's what's hurt if I do.
Okay.
This is like a little way for me to like not hurt the shoulder. Legs, no problem. Shoulder, push is a little problem. Pull, no problem.
Yeah.
As long as it's not pull up. So. Yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah.
He's a different animal.
How do you say his nickname?
Preguiça.
Preguiça. Okay.
Slot. Slot?
Huh?
Slot? In English?
Slut?
Slot, you know, like the animal they like.
A sloth.
Slot, yeah. That's what I mean. Because when he was young, he just like go on the mat, and he's always laying down, and he sleep anywhere. And see, if you see him watching us, he'll sit there and he will sleep. But when the time goes on, like to go, it's not sleeping anywhere anymore. You know?
I remember when he first came to train with us before Worlds that year, and he was purple belt then, and all you guys were saying like, "Oh man, this guy is the next guy," and I was like, I didn't really know much about Jiu-Jitsu, but I was just like, well, he's a purple belt. Like, what's the big deal? You know, you guys are all black belts.
And then no athletic ability. Remember?
He was kind of.
He said like, "Hey homie, you think this guy is actually good? He can jump?" Crazy man. The guy is, oh my god! Like that year.
Yeah. He won purple belt.
Yeah, double gold.
Yeah, and then brown belt the next year.
Yep.
And then probably black belt the next year.
And then
Yeah.
Then now it just wins. No problem. We're back, baby. Yesterday I killed the guy on the circuit. You know, because before one time I let them do like a whatever pace.
Yeah.
They want, you know, but then I look one day, they were doing like a 240, 500 meters average. I'm like, Janaína can do better than that.
Yeah.
And they were doing the bike, I look, they were doing like a 5 calories for like a 45 seconds.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I said, 140 for 50 of the bike yesterday. Man, they were dead.
Do you have a heart rate monitor?
Huh?
Do you have a heart rate monitor?
I have that too, and then I have, I was using Whoop, you know?
Okay.
But it's very hard for me to keep things in my body, you know?
Yeah.
Like watch or necklace.
Yeah.
I actually used for a long time, but then one time I was like, damn, I don't, it is no more.
Have you used the Whoop strap up here?
Yeah, for training.
Because when you're doing the tempos, that's really what we want to do is keep you in a certain heart rate zone.
I can do it.
So we'll start doing that.
Okay.
Because I know, knowing you, you're gonna go too fast. You're gonna go too hard.
Sometimes, you know, like when I wanna like mess with them.
Oh yeah.
You know, but like a 70%, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 70%. That's the Yeah, it was like the first day that I did, remember, I didn't know. I told you, Chad, I almost died. You told me that was easy.
Yeah.
I think I pushed too hard. Next time I come here, I'm gonna work out the shirtless. Cause you know, I'm on the project for
That's what the people like.
Project 40. You know, like now I'm Project 39, not so jacked, but next year, oh my God, when I turn 40, I'm gonna be shredded. Let's go. Like every day somebody asks me, what workout routine you do it? Your what's the call? Your link is always saved. I don't even reply, just like, here, just go.
Thank you.
That when we work out the first time, like basically that time I was go to the gym and then I just lift weights, right? So then I used to go with you and then you're like, okay, you do the weights, right? That lift. And then you do like, okay, let's see, like 315. Okay, next week we're gonna do like 225, 225, 325, 400, and then I'm like, oh, I actually can feel my strength build, you know. Before that, I was like, oh my God, I never knew that. Like when we begin to work out, like we begin, like I told you, Chad, I was traveling. I said, man, I couldn't do the new routine. This one now, I'm being like never miss once. Like that's the 5th week.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man, like different, you know. Totally worth it. Go invest in yourself, you know. If you want to get strong for Jiu-Jitsu. Just adapt, you know. The things that we can do it to adapt.
You know, I started with Jiu-Jitsu. He was the first guy. And whenever the training would get hard, his English would get bad, and he'd be trying to tell me like, "Oh, coach, like I can't count that high, you know, for that many reps." Like, I think I'm gonna go out there end of March.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Austin?
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, last time we were there, and 2 or 3 years ago now, but we ran into Dungy, like literally ran into him. We were walking across the bridge, and he was running the other way, and he was coming. I was like, man, I recognize that guy. I was like, I know that guy, and she's like, what are you talking about? Some guy, a random guy in the middle of Austin, and he ran up, and oh, coach, I'm doing now. What's up?
Bora!
I just didn't have for the camera. That's why you make the coaching easy, because if it's people who I have to like get on them and motivate them and shit, I don't like that. It's like, you guys either want to do it or you don't. It doesn't matter to me. Yeah, like Fabao, never miss. Otavio hadn't been here for like a month because he's having to work way more out of school.
Yeah.
So this week was the first week he's been back. And so he's a little out of shape. But Octavio is funny because he can't remember any of the exercises.
Really?
Any. Like
Gabriel is like this too.
Like I do it, I show it to him, and then he's supposed to do it 5 seconds later, and he forgets. He just follows foot up.
He's just like a foot always. Otavio is he's very disciplined too, you know. Like
Yeah.
he's a machine, trains hard.
Definitely trains hard.
He came to the gym right before,
Yeah.
like he was not trained too. He was out of shape, and he didn't want to train. He's like, "Romulo, I'm so tired, man. I'm dead, you know. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to compete." I'm like, "No, man. It's your first day.
Yeah.
Relax, you know." And all sad. Like 2 weeks later, he's like a machine again, you know.
Yeah.
He's good. I really like Otavio
Yeah.
style. He just have one speed.
Yes, he does.
He just, you know, like if you go with Otavio, you have to like beware, like a tournament. You cannot be like, oh, let me feel here. No, no, no.
Yeah.
I see this before, like guys getting hurt the neck. First, like he grab you, he's gonna shake you like 100%. You know?
Well, and especially because like when I train with Furao, you know, Furao is teaching, but that training for Otavio, that was his training. That's his competition training. So it's, you know, Furao like, okay, kind of lets you get to this position so he can work from there. Otavio don't give a shit about that. He's just smashing.
He's just gonna try to kill you.
Then he gets on top, and I'm like, you weigh like 500 pounds. How are you doing? How are you doing this?
It's compact and then man, pressure.
He just like pulls himself onto you, and man, yeah, he's tough.
This is a beast, man.
Brother, great seeing you.
Thank you, Chad. Appreciate it, man. I'm feeling good. Thank you for the workout, you know.
Yeah.
It's been helping a lot. You know, like I never stopped, you know, like even that I was working out in my own, I was still doing like a jungle out train system back in 2012.
Yeah.
You know? And now on the new one, feeling good, feeling good.